Good evening and welcome to another edition of Business and Financial Raw Talk. I am LaWanna Bradford and I'm so excited that you are joining us here on E360 TV, where we have great conversations about business, finance. We bring the experts to the table and we sort of unpackage innovative, creative ways for us to not only survive, but thrive in today's market. I'm excited because we have our Director of Talent Management coming on the platform. Director of Talent Management when it comes to E360 TV and these three shows. This is an individual who is out there combing, looking for those unique voices, messages, products, services that help us to get an edge in today's marketplace. It's really noisy out there. I know you feel it. You're probably wondering, okay, I seem to be saying the same thing over and over again, but no one hears me. No one sees me. Well, is it really you, or could it just be you're not positioned in the right way to amplify your message, to spotlight your presence, your product, and your service? And not only to amplify and spotlight, but to scale with a proven method that can get you seen over and over and over again. Because once you build that platform where people are able to see you, then they begin to engage with you. Why? Because there's an awareness, there's credibility that's been built, and now there's a trust factor. You can't sidestep those things. We'll be back in a moment to talk with none other than Miriam Smith-Stevens. Hey, Miriam, how's it going?
It is going great. What about yourself?
I'm doing well. I know you're busy, but we decided let's come and have this quick conversation, sort of teachable moments, all packaged up, real and tied with a little bow.
Yeah, it's an important topic.
Yes.
Visibility.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I put here, visibility isn't vanity, it is strategy. Some people are like, well, I don't want to say anything. I don't really want to brag about myself. Let other people do it. Well, how can other people do it if they don't even know what you do? If you aren't willing to show up for yourself, if you're comfortable being on the sideline, being that wallflower, hoping against hope that somehow you're going to get seen and heard and discovered, then there are some people that are discovered. Then you may be waiting a long time. And that's why we say it's strategy. It's really thinking thoughtfully, intentionally, and being committed to the landscape that you're designing for yourself.
Absolutely. LaWanna, you may have the best product out there, but if people don't know you, haven't never heard of you, what good is it? What good is that of you having such an ingenious, unique plan or proposal, and you're not out there sharing that with the world that's desperately looking for solutions? They're looking for you, but how do they get to know you unless you become visible?
Exactly. And one of the things I know we talk about when we're dealing with our clients is we ask them, number one, what does visibility mean to you? And believe it or not, we get different answers. Some they are as far apart as the East is from the West, but they're all right. It's their perception of visibility. So I'm going to turn it over to Miriam for a moment to outline conceptually what we're talking about when we say visibility in business. Miriam.
One of the things that I want to add on to that visibility isn't vanity. It's actually being a steward of your own voice. And who best can steward that but you? Who best can celebrate what you've done and your unique perspectives but you? And that brings to me what it means to be authentic, transparent, vulnerable, because people in this day and age, especially with so much upheaval, are needing an answer, a solution. And if you're out there being that person that has a clear message, that has some authentic speaking words and messages about their particular life, what you've gone through, and oh wow, I can get through because Miriam or LaWanna went through this. I understand now. They've given me some keys. So you're actually reclaiming your voice and being a great steward of that. I think of visibility as being intentionally impactful with the strategy that helps you get to that intentional impactfulness.
Now I'm going to add to that, and I agree. So we've got being intentional, being impactful, but it has to land on something, right? So it's like what I have to be seen first. I have to show up to the table or create my own table. I have to voice it or I'm scribing it, but somehow the message has to translate. And then it has to land with the right audience that resonates with it. Right. So if I don't, I can go out there and speak to the masses, but if it's the wrong audience, it's just the wrong audience. Does it mean your product or service isn't the right product and service? No, it just means you plugged into the wrong socket. So let's get you plugged in
Right.
to people who are looking for you.
And that's
And
the strategy, right?
that's the
That's the part that we bring in.
yes.
We are curating the type of client that you need to be before. So when you're out there visible, that client resonates with you and you're speaking their language. Absolutely.
I spoke to one individual the other day, and this individual is actually in the travel space. And I said, "Fantastic." I said, "Well, who are your clients?" And the answer was everyone. I said, "Oh." I said, "Help me understand that." And I'm saying this because many entrepreneurs really think, well, if I'm selling this widget, then everyone can use it. So there's this assumption that everyone is um, their client. And I said, "Well, how did you come to that conclusion?" And the person said, "Well, either people are looking to travel, have traveled, or are getting ready to travel." And I said, "No, that's not necessarily true. I know a lot of people who are very comfortable in their zip code and,
Never gone anywhere.
right, and have no desire." So I said, "Really, everyone?" So we started to unpackage, and this goes into the strategy component because one of the things we offer is a strategy session before we engage our clients because it's really unpackaging what is it that you're trying to get across. And as I was unpackaging this with them, Miriam, I found out that the type of travel they do are vacation packages for families
Oh.
and destination weddings. I said, ah, okay, your clients are families,
Hmm.
individuals getting married, perhaps vow renewals, right? That's that's your client. So now we've gone from this macro
Everyone.
one to now very distinct three avatar types that now
Hmm.
you can create your messages for. Oh, if you're looking for vow renewals, yeah, did you think about, Cabo San Lucas or wherever they're thinking about, or if you're getting married, did you think about getting married, um, in Rome, Italy, or if it's a family
Oh.
reunion? We've got amazing vacation packages, Disney vacations that are, all over the US. And I'm not talking about Disney, the theme park, but Disney
Hmm.
vacations. And so when I started unpackaging this for the individual, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're right." So then we walk through now, how do we frame these messages? Because you got three different splinters that you can take. Do you want to do all three? Are you going to prioritize them? How now do you create a message that resonates? Because a message that resonates means you've heard my pain point,
Hmm.
right? And often we think, well, if I build a plane, they will come. No, they won't. Come on, we're in 2025. Do you know how many people are building planes?
Please out there. People
Yeah,
taking all types
trying
of
to get in
mode of
the air.
transportation.
Right. So, Miriam, what do you want to say to those individuals who think, well, I just build a plane and it'll come, they'll come?
It, even myself, I actually over the weekend I was kind of doing iterations of narrowing down what is my target market for me, making it more specific and succinct. And it's an evolution constantly, because you're finding as you're out there and you're sharing your message or you're speaking on different stages, you're finding that some people gravitate to you more, and then you kind of build your avatar. And you need to find out what your niche is so that you're not wasting time in a session of people who may be mortgage brokers, but yet you're an actor trying to get on a platform as a voice actor. Not the same market. You have to know what your market is. Then you can narrow it down and speak to that market. The market and those target audience will relate because they feel you, they identify, they understand your story because you're speaking their language. And that is so important. So taking the time, and it may be an evolution. You may find that you have one product today that shares a specific target, and then you develop another product that, it's a little tweaked. It's for this market. And that really goes into crafting even your elevator speech, because you can't have a one size fits all if you have multiple streams of diversity in your own products in what you do.
But the important thing is there should be a central, whatever your core is. So you've got your core products and services, and then you may have tertiary, you may have multiple businesses, but there's a direct line to a client if you've identified the pain point. When I identify the pain point and I have a solution for that, I'm not coming to them with the solution first. I'm talking to them from their pain.
Yes.
I'm showing that I can relate to you. Are you someone have you ever experienced, have you thought about, and then you introduce whatever your solution is, your product, your service. You think about the legacy companies out there. They are legacy companies because they met a need. There was a need. And we may have forgotten about it because they're so big and they've been around for so long, but there was a central need. And through that, they began to scale and grow and still tapped into that. But also you have to think about the bigger message that may underline things, like when we think about Apple and the iPhone. The whole thing was about connectivity. It's about community. But we don't think about our iPhones that way. But that was the intention. It was about community. Or you think about individuals that, like, I'll use Bomba socks, where you buy one and then they give one away, because it's about taking care of people who can afford it, but also partnering with them.
Paying it forward. Yeah.
To pay it forward. So even look at what you're doing and your why behind it, and how that why may speak to something bigger than you, something that is sustaining. Legacy building is also a way to not only attract clients, but attract strategic partners. And that's what I want us to, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and talk about the strategic partnership that you can have with TBGC Media Group and E360 TV. And that partnership will help to amplify your voice, spotlight you and what you're doing in a unique way for you to begin to grow and to scale. And we will be back in just one moment. So the first commercial that you saw, it's like, whoa, there's all these things coming on the screen, and that's all about planning. Again, visibility isn't vanity, it's strategy. And so many people, when I talk to them, I ask, do you have a visibility plan? And Miriam, most people are like, well, yeah, I'm posting on social media.
Or
That's
I
not
do a
visibility.
podcast.
Yeah, that's not a visibility plan. That's what you're doing tactically. I'm going to define for you briefly what a visibility plan is. A visibility plan looks at your message, the who you're reaching out to. The methodology is the platforms that you're on. It's looking at your competition structure. It's looking at the industry that you sit in. It's looking at key players, strategic partners. It's translating all of that into, now that I understand everything fully, now I can develop a plan that's meaningful and is going to be predictable in its results. See, if I'm doing random podcasts, then it's like, how frequently am I doing them? Am I paying attention to my stats? Which stats matter more than others? And I'll use our shows. I know viewership is big. How many views do you have? People are always asking, how many views do you have? Our reach is 1.3 million. Our views per show, live show, 28 to 32, 28,000 to 32,000 per show. But that's not the total view. Why? Because we stay on demand for 18 months. So again, it's like, what do you want to see? But what we pride ourselves in, that's good. We like those numbers. But we like
Yeah.
the fact that people are watching a 55-minute show from 42 to 48 minutes on E360 TV. That's a big win for us. And so we bring to you, again, a platform that's proven, whether it's Choose to Challenge, This Show, Business and Financial Raw Talk, or Power of the Pen. All three are in their sixth season. Their sixth season on E360 TV, which is based out of Arizona, has over 250 shows on its program. So it shows we're part of a big picture that Aaron Hymes, who is the CEO and founder, his goal is to be the most diverse streaming platform in the world, diverse in voices, perspectives, how we do things, representing really the world that we live in.
That's right.
And our package is designed to, we want to get guests. Everyone's not for our platforms, but the right ones will show up, and perhaps that's you. But guess what? It's not about just the interview. It's what happens after the interview. Miriam.
That's the best part. And I just can't stress enough. When I first developed a website, having people stay on your landing page a long time matters. And as LaWanna mentioned, having people stay connected to your message and a large viewer audience for 45 minutes out of 50, or 48 minutes out of 55 minutes. And some of that's commercial. So they're really locked in to you. That's golden. And then beyond that, having the credibility of an internationally best-selling, acclaimed author and strategist, be able to get you networked in front of people of high echelon in your particular niche. You could work for a lifetime trying to do that. Whereas you have someone who is able to position you strategically, using that word, to get you before that and bring you credibility in a space that you own, bring you the ability to amplify your voice in an international level, over 1.3 million people internationally. And then this opportunity. I will tell my story. The opportunity to work with LaWanna was me saying, I'm going to enter my name in a drawing on Facebook. I never win anything, but I said, I'm going to take a risk. And I entered my name in the drawing on Facebook, thinking, oh, I'm not going to get it. And then I realized the day when LaWanna was pulling that little name out the hat and she did a smile and it hit me, she's going to say my name. And then the gold happened where I was able to get some media coverage that you spend thousands upon thousands of dollars to get. And what we're offering you is a strategic partner to be able to get you in front of the right audience that wants to hear your voice, that wants to know about your message, your book, your product, your service. And then they know that this is a credible station that hasn't just been here for a year or two or three, but that has been in here going on 7 seasons and has been proven. So, yeah, this is a great opportunity, and your investment is worth it because you're investing in yourself. As I mentioned before, visibility isn't vanity. No, it is necessary. And I think it means that you're a great steward of who you are and your message. You're not letting anybody else tell your message. You're sharing your message, and people can connect with your message when you get with the right strategic partner like the Bradford Group.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And the one thing that I want to add that makes us unique is, again, there's a lot of, you can get on tons of podcasts, radio shows, TV shows, traditional TV, streaming, there's tons. But when you are willing to invest, again, you're not paying for an interview. It's everything that's after that. As Miriam said, it's being introduced to other people who maybe you wouldn't have met. I mean, having direct contact that you're actually able to now talk to someone that maybe you had admired. Maybe it's a leader in your industry. But because of our networks and connections, we can make those introductions. It's about being able to hone your visibility strategy, hone your message, really be clear on that avatar where we are co-laboring in constructing this interview. So our interviews are conversational. It's like having a cup of coffee, it's fireside chat, right? But
no scripts.
no script, no questions in advance, but we've talked to you at length, 30 to 45 minutes, really unpackaging what this dance is going to look like, right? We're practicing our tango and all the complexities. And then I have you trust me as the lead to take us through this beautiful journey when we're on screen. The amazing part is at the end, you hear people say, well, if I'm on TV or on the podcast, can I pitch? Can I offer something? And people are like, sometimes they'll say no, some they'll say yes, you've got about 30 seconds. Well, guess what? You get on our show. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to pitch, to do your song and dance, whatever it is, a teachable moment. 5 minutes of just you on the screen, showing your authority, your credibility, creating trusting relationships, showing how you serve, speaking directly to who needs to hear it, and then letting them know what your deliverable is going to be and how to connect with you. Does it get any better than that? Yeah, actually it does, because we got some more stuff. That's part of the package.
What? More?
More stuff, from being featured in some of our guests who invested in part of the visibility package, or being featured in magazines, are in some top name collaborative articles with huge individuals in the mindset field, like Leslie Talgard is one. There's just so many opportunities. Again, being networked with other people, having evergreen material, and the training on how to use it over and over again. That one interview, believe it or not, you can have anywhere between 30 to 45 days of solid content It's already been created for you. We just tell you how to use it. That's pretty
That's
sweet. I don't
perfect.
know about you, but I kind of
I
like
love
it.
it.
And as I said, this is what's been proven. It's what I do. Google me. Look at where I've been featured, third party testimonials, because everything that we are teaching, as part of the Bradford group, is what we're currently doing for ourselves. We're not
Exactly.
we're not telling you to do something that we haven't done, that we aren't doing over and over again. When we're talking about how to position yourself for interviews, it's because we're out there 4 and 5 times a week ourselves being interviewed. If we're talking about how to network with other people, well, we're out there 2 and 3 times a week in networking groups, meeting, greeting, posturing, pitching. So wouldn't you want to partner with individuals that can help you refine what you're doing so that you can get farther faster? There's an African proverb that says, I can go far by myself, but I can go farther together. So this is a together conversation. And if you're that individual
Yeah.
that says, I got it, I'm trusting me, we bless you. But I've done that way before. And it's the slow boat. You're hitting and missing. And Google University isn't the answer, folks. It's just not going to be the answer to get you where you want to be faster. Now, if you're a master AI strategist, that may help you. But most people don't have that kind of time because they're focused on building their business. So we want to be with you. We want to be the beginning part of the process that builds a framework that enables you to build a momentum that you need to create impact, influence, and ultimately income. So with that, Miriam, believe it or not, we're out of time.
I love your catchphrase, LaWanna. You have to, when opportunity, you have
Oh,
to say
yes,
it.
yes. So we want to thank all of you for joining us here on E360 TV. You see the contact information below for Miriam Smith Stevens, who is our talent director. And she would be happy to meet with you, talk with you to make sure that we're the right fit for you, but then that you're the right fit for our platforms, Power the Pin, Choose the Challenge, Business and Financial Raw Talk. We don't just pick everyone. We pick those who are innovators, who have a change message, who are influencers, whether spoken word or written word, who are seeking to make a difference and to make the world a better place. That's why we're here. And we
Absolutely.
love our partner of E360 TV and the vision that they have of being the most diverse platform in the world. And as we always say, remember that in life and in business, when your vision intersects with opportunity, success is inevitable. Be safe, be well, and we'll see you next week for another edition of Business and Financial Raw Talk. Bye for now.